What do you have?
Yeah, yours is way better. Mine was not. I realized once I put it to the camera, you really couldn't tell.
Well, it wasn't that.
Mine is a planner because I'm gonna try to be on top of things in 2024. I'm trying a planner.
What's the over/under on how long that's going to last?
Well, let's be honest. We're being real. I forgot it on day one.
That sounds about right. That's part.
I got to work and I was like, I'm forgetting something, huh? I left the planner sitting right there on the counter. I was like, well, that's off to a great start.
Yeah.
And honestly, once again, we're being truthful. The only reason I remembered it today was because of the pod. And I was like, well, that'd be kind of cool to put it on the camera. If we didn't have the pod today, I would have probably forgot it again.
And it's going to gather dust till next week.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you. You want to know how much nothing's been filled? As a matter of fact, I just opened it like 30 seconds ago. So, yeah.
It is the 4th.
I mean, yeah. But, I mean, I know some people that have already started filling out theirs. And I'm like, get lunch?
I don't wake up.
Like, try to make it on time? I don't know.
Read Facebook.
Read Facebook, read headlines, do show, go home. That's about right on my schedule. Sorry. Hold on. I was just say, yeah, I'm over here. Yeah. Welcome everybody to a new year, new pod. Zia Comic Weekly. We are here. We are ready to nerd out for the next half hour. Happy New Year, Troy. What's how was the new year for you?
Happy New Year, you too. So far, I can't complain. I'm afraid to say anything too good and jinx it.
Hey, we're 4 days in. Let's keep the streak going. So off to a great start with 2024. Were you at the chili drop?
I was not there.
Lucky you.
It was cold out, and about as far as I went, we have some cameras in the front windows, and I checked every once in a while to make sure people weren't messing around and with our stuff there, and they didn't. So that's as far as I got.
Yeah, no, we were. Meanwhile, you said it was cold. It was very
cold.
It
was green.
It's green, which somebody told me it's been green the last 6 years. So that's great. I think it's been green the last couple years. So
I don't know that. Maybe we should look that up. Maybe it doesn't even change to red anymore.
I know. I mean, you need to check the bulbs on the red.
we broke that switch.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the button didn't work. We didn't know what was going on.
Was CNN there? I know the CNN was supposed to be there.
Yes, they were. As a matter of fact, CNN was stationed right across from us, and we, of course, trying to do everything to get onto CNN, and you try your best to hey. Yeah, we were trying to do that. We were trying to be. Oh, I was trying to look for a picture. Somebody sent me a picture. Oh, here we go, where they had the feed, and I don't think you can really see it, but in the background is our tent setup, but it's in the way back. So yeah, we were really trying to get on camera and it didn't work.
You zoom in like on Blade Runner and
yeah, apparently Google Pixel does not do a good job at getting that close. So
we don't have that technology yet.
Not just yet. I mean, you couldn't tell that it was me and Jackie back there freezing and Martine out there just freezing, but it was a blast, man. But yeah, we failed at the mission of trying to get our faces on CNN.
And this time it wasn't. We were just shivering.
Yeah, no, we were nice and blue. We were cold. That's how cold it was. So, but yeah, no, it was, of course, great time. We're off to a new year. What about you guys down at Zia Comics? New year. I'm sure you guys got a lot happening. Let's start off with Alamogordo. Sure, a lot to look forward to in the new year. Now that it's open, we're starting off the year with the location.
Yeah, this will be the first full year of being open there in Alamo. We're just waiting on some more anchor type businesses that come down to draw more people downtown. I know some. I can't divulge. I've got an NDA. I can't say, but I know a couple of the businesses that are coming. Well, I know one of them because I own it, but we're bringing another business down there, and I know someone else is bringing another one that should draw quite a few people downtown.
Nice,
Alamo.
nice. Yeah, so more things for people to do and more nerds out there to go and check out what you guys got going on at Zia Comics.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Alamogordo is thirsting for this pop culture stuff because they already have all the outdoorsy, hunting, fishing type stuff there. The nerds are underserved in that area, so we're going to try to take care of that.
It's the outreach to make sure that nerds have a place to go.
It's the nerd outreach. I'm stealing that.
There you go. Good ideas in 2024. Troy, we're rolling.
It's just the ideas don't stop.
They don't. They don't. I mean, hey, the writer strike's over and we never stop. So what about in Las Cruces? How are things going here? Of course, New Year, and I mean, I'm sure there's always something going on. And that's the thing. You guys have every Wednesday, of course, new comic book day, and then the board games. There's just a wide selection of stuff for people to go out there and check out.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, every Wednesday is the new comics. Friday Night Magic. We have Saturday board game night. We try to keep people busy with stuff to do. We're always trying to bring in new things to the store as well. So I got a few things we're going to be working on in the new year to hopefully bring something new into the store. And like I said, so far I think people are just starting to go back to work this week, maybe next week, because there's been a ton of foot traffic downtown.
Yeah, we made that observation that someone was saying this morning. They're like, the traffic doesn't seem as busy today. Like, even though there's stuff that like they should probably be back to work by now, we're seeming to think a lot of people are just like, we're just gonna take this week off too. Let's enjoy. Let's have another extended vacation.
Yeah, because you can tell there's a lot more people. They've already played with all their Christmas presents, and they're kind of bored with those. So they're like, they're tired of looking at the company. They're like, hey man, let's go out and walk around.
You just described me too perfectly. Like, I think I'm kind of over this now.
Yeah,
These
cabin
LED
fever. I'm tired of
flashlights.
looking at you. Let's go walk.
I know. I was like, I'm kind of over these LED flashlights. Let's go do something. Yeah. So go. Oh man, but yeah, no, it's great to be back. It's a whole new year, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on, Troy. So let's go ahead and nerd out, and we got to nerd out with our favorite Cobra Kai season 6. Looks like
Did it drop yet?
not yet. William Zabka is preparing on New Year's Day. He dropped out a him training video and getting prepared for season 6. So, dude looks like he's like getting started on his New Year's resolution already. To go and
Maybe
fight
his will
crime.
last longer.
Hopefully, because I've already, if that was mine, trust me, it's failed already in day 4. So but yeah, Netflix has yet to announce the premiere date for Cobra Kai season 6, which of course was delayed because of the Hollywood strike. But we do got some good news. Filming will start later this month. So the next couple weeks, filming for season 6 will begin.
Well, the good thing is it's not CGI heavy, so we don't have to wait for all that processing. It's just them
Right.
guys
We're just
acting.
yeah, and obviously, I mean, I'm wondering if this means that William Zabka is going to be doing a little bit more action, a little more stunts this season. Maybe we'll get. I mean, they were already doing quite a bit, but I'm sure they're really trying to bring it home for the last season.
I mean, that's the only reason people watch it. They want to see the karate fights. Nobody really pays attention much to the story.
Yeah, and it's it's one of those stories that who would have thought? And I actually had this conversation on New Year's because we were taught. I don't know why we got into this Karate Kid combo, but who would have thought that this show was on YouTube? And we've said this before. That it started off on a YouTube Red streaming. They were trying this, didn't work, and look at the success it's had on Netflix.
Yeah, well, Netflix has a little bigger following than YouTube Red. Is YouTube Red even still around, or did they
I
just
don't
say
think.
forget it?
I think that's what eventually transitioned to YouTube TV. I think they eventually just said we're just going to go YouTube TV instead of their streaming platform that they were trying to do.
Wise decision.
It really was, and right now they're one of the majors. It's crazy to think YouTube, Hulu are two of the top television providers right now because people are going more towards streaming than they are your basic cable these days.
Yeah, I remember when Hulu first came out, and I never thought it was going to make it.
It's crazy, man, that you never think like I mean, Netflix, I mean, in 2023, Netflix sent out their final DVD to people that would rent these DVDs. I mean,
These kids nowadays don't even know that they used to send out DVDs through the mail.
and we'll give a quick plug to Martine because Martine has been on a physical media uh quest these days. He's purchasing the DVDs, the Blu-rays. He says, man, a lot of people are just streaming nowadays. People don't get the physical media like they used to. And it's like it's the big difference from the physical media to what you stream.
Yeah, it's that on demand. The problem is when a platform drops it to put something else on, and then you want to go watch it and you can't find it anywhere streaming.
Yeah. No, and it's you then begins the search of, oh yeah, I know where it's on. It's on this one. Oh, I don't have that service anymore. I canceled it.
Or nobody has it and you've got to go on eBay.
Yeah, there you go. So it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna find it eventually. But yeah, Cobra Kai season 6, exciting. I'm sure we'll get some trailers and some previews come springtime, but I believe the series will hopefully be released by the end of the year. I mean, I think they're facing one of those things like with Stranger Things. Your kids are getting older, so you got to get the storyline advancing because there are talks of potentially 2 spinoffs for Cobra Kai.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
which
and
I'm
those
assuming.
kids are taking other roles on too. I've been seeing some of the other ones in different series and movies. So
Yeah,
um,
you
they,
don't
they
you
might
don't
not have
blame them
time for
though.
Cobra Kai. Yeah.
I mean, it's like I don't know how much more you can keep these kids in that when their star level is rising. A lot of them too. You got to think, man. A lot of these kids right now are just so like. I mean, who would have thought? His name is Solo or Cholo. I can't remember his name, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Miguel.
he's Miguel. I was to say Blue Beetle. But I mean, he's pretty much got work waiting for him on the other side of Cobra Kai because, Blue Beetle is going to stick around in the DC universe. He's obviously going to be making more appearances in that. So, I mean, Cobra Kai is just trying to get as much as they can before these actors blow up, and they ain't going to be as cheap as they are probably right now.
No. Did they say what the 2 spinoffs are going to be?
So, from what I've heard, is one of the storylines is going to be following Hawk to college.
Okay.
And I believe the other one will be a female oriented. So they're probably going to follow either Daniel's daughter. Maybe she's going to, and keep in mind, these are all rumors. This is what you see on Reddit. Everybody has an opinion on Reddit, but someone had said that it would be Daniel's daughter going on this trip to overseas to kind of trace back the steps of kind of what her dad did and some of the old Karate Kid movies.
I'm telling you, they need to make a spinoff with Stingray. I think they're missing the boat on that one.
To be honest, I don't think they can afford Stingray anymore. He is coming up big.
That guy's comedy gold. Everything
He
I've seen him in
really,
has been great.
I mean, he really is, and he is one of those characters that you see him, you may not remember his name, but it always just sticks there, man. And you're just like, oh, that was he had the big scenes right there. And Stingray, that was a big one, man. I mean, especially when you're gonna fight a bunch of kids. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. And Stingray came up big at the end of last season. So
Yeah.
great time to jump off of the series on him.
Yeah, so we'll see, but yeah, Cobra Kai, definitely had a lot to look forward to that. And then of course with Netflix, have you had a chance to check out Netflix lately? There are a ton of movies. They're definitely loaded. I don't know where Netflix, maybe they found some extra billions underneath the couch cushion, but there's a lot of movies, especially a lot of DCU content. It's just on Netflix right now. So
But when they cut back on the account sharing, they got a little more money in their pockets now.
yeah.
They're green lighting stuff.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a green light for a lot of things on there. But yeah, if you haven't been on Netflix lately, which I'm sure a lot of us have been streaming over the holiday break, because HBO took advantage of that by putting Barbie out during the holidays.
Oh,
Yeah, go and check it out.
Yeah. What I watched Disney Plus the other day, that new Percy Jackson series. Not too
Oh,
bad.
that's right. I didn't even get a chance to see, somebody last week on the show mentioned, Doctor Who also had their specials
Oh yeah, the
on.
Christmas special with the new Doctor Who.
Yeah,
The first Doctor Who to be a person of color and openly gay.
yeah.
So
So
it wasn't bad. And they introduced some new villains too. We got time traveling goblins.
see? So,
Why not?
well, when you need something to throw a time traveling goblin in there, you'll be good to go. But yeah, there was a lot of content that came out over the holiday break that it's like, yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of things for people to go and check out. And yeah, make sure you guys go and check it out. I've been on a Tubi kick lately.
I haven't tried Tubi yet. I've heard about it. I ain't tried it yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of like old movies from, the good old 1900s. And by 1900s, I mean 1980 and 1990 that you guys could go and check out. Like, they made a movie called House Party. Yeah, go and find that movie. It was
And House
it
Party
was
2.
oh my god. They even apparently had a House Party 5. I guess at some point they didn't decide to go home. I don't know. But there's a lot of interesting movies on Tubi. So, I've just been looking for these movies that I keep seeing on TikTok, and I don't know if you've seen this trend lately where they're,
Oh,
like, horribly produced, like, it's a shooting scene, like, there's an action scene, and you can clearly see that they used their hand as the gun, and then it, like, fired and made the gun sound effect, like,
uh, yeah,
I've been
I've seen a
looking
few of
to
those.
I've been looking for some of those movies, and I'm just like, "I need to find the ridiculous movies," because I think that's gonna probably be a big year for the low budget, ridiculous storyline movies that people are gonna be drawn to.
Like Mystery Science Theater.
Yes, there you go. Oh, man, Tubi, that's your free plug because you're a free service, so thank you. Oh, man, some big news,
I
and this is a big one. The Steamboat Willie trademark has hit the public
Yes.
domain.
Yes, I think another one too, the airplane one, the Plane Crazy, or a couple of them, yeah, they're hitting public domain, but Disney's very litigious, so be careful.
Yeah, I went down this rabbit hole of what does this mean? Well, for wondering what it means, apparently there is a Mickey Mouse mask that goes on a killing spree in Mickey's Mousetrap.
Yep.
It is the first horror flick to release a trailer since Mickey's image from the 1928 cartoon hits the public domain. So, yeah, you're gonna get just like Winnie the Pooh. You're about to get a horror version of Mickey.
Yeah, I think Disney is looking at ways they can stop that from happening, but I don't think they're going to be able to. But doesn't mean they won't try.
So I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, and like I said, I did as much as I could, much research as I could on this. So people are probably wondering, well, does that mean that I could just take the Mickey Mouse image and use it whenever I want? So the public domain is specifically for the Steamboat Willie version. So if you're using it, it has to be that Mickey Mouse. It can't be the one that you see now. It has to be specifically the Steamboat Willie version.
Hmm.
So, yeah, you can't just take Mickey Mouse and say, "Hey, I could use it because it's free." No, there's other copyright on other items to the Mickey Mouse image. So, it's
Yeah.
if it's the Steamboat Willie one, yes. If it's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse that your kids are probably watching right now because they didn't go to school, AKA mine, yeah, then you can't use that one.
Yeah. House of Mouse don't play either, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try it.
And like you said, Disney is trying to find many ways to, block like Mickey Mouse's trap. Like they're looking for ways because it is a public domain. You can use it. As a matter of fact, if we wanted to, we could use that image on this show. But I
I'm not
don't want
gonna.
to play with Disney.
Don't tempt fate.
No, I don't. I mean, I've seen the memes this week of people like, well, I'm using the right one. I'm like, yeah, but you probably don't want to.
Don't
Yeah,
poke the sleeping bear.
don't right? It's like, he needs his cut, and you're just like, you can't do anything." Trust me, they got a lot of lawyers that are looking into it right now.
Yeah.
So, have you seen any of the photos of the Mickey's mousetrap?
Yeah, they made him look kind of scary
Huh?
with the fuzzy edges, and yeah,
Yeah. So we'll see. Steamboat Willie, be ready for a Mickey's Mousetrap coming soon. No word yet on when that's gonna come out. It's the trailer's out, but it once again just reflects on that Winnie the Pooh, which when that went into public domain, they right
blood
away
and
made
honey.
a Blood and Honey, and it actually is. If I'm not mistaken, it's available on Peacock.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, or the banana splits one.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. So, but then I'm not a big scary movie guy, so I'm
Yeah,
like, I was like, "Do I watch this or do I watch?" I have to. If I'm gonna watch it, it'd have to be during the day when the sun is out, and right now it's cloudy, so I wouldn't even chance it.
is
So
it scaredy or more parody though? That's my question.
I don't know. I just we'll have to
You know,
wait and
sometimes
see.
over the top gore comes across as funny.
That's true. So, I mean, you have Zombieland. That was a pretty funny movie, which was another one that I found on Tubi that I started watching. So yeah,
And
doing
Zombieland too.
and Zombieland too. That's right. Shout outs to Bill Murray. Last week it was funny that we were talking about obviously we did our usual DCU talk and we were talking about, James Gunn and Sean Gunn will never go without work because well, favoritism. And you said it just in time because yeah, Sean Gunn has work waiting for him in the DC.
Yeah, they got a character for him now instead of just stop motion and
Yeah.
that one Ravager character.
Yeah, so he's going to be playing Maxwell Lord in the new DC universe that is being overseen by James Gunn. Now, that villain, many are wondering, well, what is that villain? You may recall he was played by Pedro Pascal in Wonder Woman 1984. So they're going to be obviously with the revamp, they're going to be bringing in Sean Gunn to play that character in their line when it comes to them kind of rocking and rolling with DC and what they have planned for their multiverse.
Yeah, I was never a Maxwell Lord fan, but then again, I was never a big Peacemaker fan until James Gunn took it. So
Yeah.
maybe he can work his magic with it.
Yeah, and I mean, just kind of weird too, because now when you say, Pedro Pascal was the one that played him, and just how hot he's been with he's so dreamy. Just how much he's done. I mean, I don't know. I think Marvel's next move would be that where do we put Pedro in? Like we need to.
Have you
They're gonna
seen
take.
the interview I think he did with Vogue where they put him on a lie detector test?
No, I haven't.
Oh, look it up. It is pure comedy gold, man. It is great. It's a he's spoofing on himself, but it's so good.
Yeah, and this is Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh gosh.
At one point, they asked him, "Do you know that you're a heartthrob?" And he's like, "No." And Light Tender guy was like, "He's lying." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I know it."
Of course. He should know it. I mean, come on, man. I mean, anything there was guys, I mean, y'all remember in 2023, there was like that 6 months where he was everywhere.
He's really big in the gay community too. He's a
I
daddy.
I I
They
mean,
they
he's
love
he's
old Papa Pedro.
he's a zaddy. That's what he is. But no, man, I mean, we need some more Pedro on our big screens soon. We need to get
You
him
never
on a
have too
movie.
much Pedro.
You can't, man. And yeah, so I mean, sucks that he's, kind of they're gonna be moving on from him playing this character, but yeah, he'll be fine. I don't think he's gonna be losing sleep over not having that role anymore.
Have you seen that movie with Nick Cage and him yet? The
No, I
unbearable
haven't.
weight of
I have not yet.
oh, do yourself a favor.
Is
Look
it
it
on
up.
a streaming service?
It should be. It's been out for a while. It's the unbearable weight of something talent.
Okay, I need
It's
to I
good.
need
It's
to
worth a
find that.
watch.
That was top meme of the year, by the way, if you guys remember the
Yeah.
like we said, we could never get a lot. Poor Sean Gunn. We didn't even give him really much to talk about. Like, yeah, he's replacing him, but let's talk about Pedro, please.
But he has Rocket Raccoon. He doesn't need Maxwell Lord.
He really doesn't. And let's of course transition to Marvel and kind of the worries that people have for Marvel with the next Avengers. They're already started talking about the next Avenger movies, and this story right here. I saw it on Bro Bible earlier this week, and this is what they're saying. The rumor lineup for the next Avengers film has fans concerned. Now, I don't know. You let me know if there's any cause for concern with this lineup. Of course, you got Anthony Mackie that's coming back as Captain America, Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. Obviously, you're going to get Doctor Strange, Thor, Spider-Man. Actually, sorry, Thor and Spider-Man are absent from the list. But yeah, you won't see Thor or Spider-Man in the next Avengers movie.
It sounds like the JV squad. They're bringing in the B team.
Huh? It's like,
Tony's dead. Cap is done and retired. Where's Paul Rudd? No Ant-Man?
No mention of Ant-Man. Yeah,
No
they
Black
said
Widow? Well, Black Widow's is she dead? Yeah, she's dead. They brought her back through What If, but in the cinematic universe, she's dead.
Yeah.
No Hawkeye. Hawkeye's the leader.
No Hawkeye. I'm trying to think of who else. Yeah, no, it seems like the original Avengers. If anybody besides, for the exception of Mark Ruffalo, yeah, it seems like he may be the only previous Avenger. He may be the only A squad that's dropping down to JV in your terms, to be the Avengers. And we like Anthony Mackie. I mean, I liked him as I liked his series. Captain Marvel. This last Marvel movie wasn't bad. And we haven't gotten a Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie by itself, which you probably won't be getting because of obviously studios. But are those three big enough names to get people to, hey, I'm going to really go for this new Avengers?
Well, not just that lineup, just looking at it, even comic book wise, who's going to be the leader? There's no leader in that group.
Yeah.
Those are all supporting. In my mind, they're all supporting characters.
So, and I'm glad you mentioned the comic, because if you guys do follow, there's many variations of the Avengers. It's not just the typical, the ones that we've known for the last 10 to 15 years. There are going to be many, but will those variations stick on screen, or will they pull the 200, 300, 400, 5, even $1 billion screenings, for people to go out to the movies? I don't know. And this last Marvel movie was not a good look.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it yet. The Marvels haven't seen it.
It was pretty good, but it was one of those where it probably could have just went straight to streaming. Still good content. I mean,
you got to have the movie. You got to have for it to be a team that has to function as a team on screen. Like I said, there's a reason why they're not making West Coast Avengers movies. That team was horrible.
I mean, but I don't think you're going to get the billions of dollars at the movies to go see this movie if you're doing this. And, and unless maybe this is their, and keep in mind, this is probably their way of deceiving us and saying, you're not going to see them, but when you go see the movie, next thing you know, you get the A squad.
Look, you got to look at the payroll as well. Anthony Mackie is going to get paid. Who else? Ruffalo is probably going to get paid pretty well. That's probably why they're not bringing in Holland and Hemsworth. They can't afford those guys. Not the way they've been doing with movies.
And we mentioned Mackie. I wonder how much time you guys have left with Anthony Mackie, because he's on a roll right now too, between the TV series that he's appeared on. He's obviously, it looks like he's got a great working relationship with Peacock and NBC, because he's just all over. I mean, they've already been renewed for a second season of Twisted Metal. Yep. He's got a couple other films in the making. So it eventually gets to that point where, is availability going to become an issue? And if he's supposed to be the next Captain America, what are you going to do?
There's other characters they could develop, bring in some new talent, and make those other more, I don't want to say obscure, lesser used Avengers, and elevate them instead of just keep going back to the well with the big names.
Yeah, the storyline that I would like to see kind of continue and to get a little more out of it is, Shang-Chi. That was one that I've seen a couple of times, and thanks to Disney Plus, I've seen that. I've gone back and especially finding those Easter eggs within that movie. I think that's a great series to follow. And like you're saying, like if they can kind of get a story started back up that way, I think that's a great storyline to kind of originate some content from there and see how he then makes his way to the Avengers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that would work the whole martial arts side of it, because then you could maybe recast Iron Fist and bring him
Yeah.
in, or Deadly Hands of Kung Fu.
And we know Ironheart is getting pushed back, even though, and I saw this, that Ironheart is already filmed and completed.
Yeah.
So they're moving that to 2025. So will it stand the test of time while they, and I'm wondering if Marvel's going to stick to their guns and say, hey, see what I did? Marvel's guns, James Gunn.
Stick to their their guns. I got
It's a little bit of a reach. Okay, hey, they all can't be winners. Okay, I'm really just swinging at this point. Hey,
we'll edit that out later.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, man, you can't. You got to take as many shots as you can. Not all of them are going to be makes. But no, I just they're pushing back so many things, and I don't know if Marvel, maybe like what you're saying, Marvel's trying to do that with Deadpool. And maybe they're saying, okay, this is where we start the story. Deadpool's character eventually, and maybe we can then move into the mutant generation and kind of start now rolling out X-Men because, obviously we know Wolverine's going to be in it.
You got to have some version of Wolverine. Yeah. Even if it's a Danny DeVito version, I'm all for it.
You got to do something, man. I don't know. I mean, and I'm, I thought DC did pretty good on the, you had Loki that was really good. But other than that, I mean, it was kind of a weird. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was that one. Aquaman, by the way.
Holes in your argument, but Aquaman 2.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so Aquaman 2, it won the New Year's box office, but it wasn't anything impressive.
What else? What did it go up against?
I couldn't tell. Actually, no. Wonka.
It beat Wonka.
It beat Wonka. But Wonka's also had a good showing as well. The Wonka's done pretty good. They've won at the box office as well. So it's been back and forth, but it's not that blockbuster. It's not that like 100 million this weekend, and then they had 98 million this weekend. I mean, it's not.
That didn't pay Momoa's payroll.
It really didn't. Honestly, I'm kind of starting to wonder, and I'd have to go look at this for next week. I'm wondering, comparing that to Fast and Furious, which movie performed better?
The best Momoa of 2023.
I mean, I hate to say it. I was like, I think it came in the form of Family.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, that was actually not a bad Fast and Furious.
And
it wasn't too much over the top. Did I say that?
Besides, say it is Fast and Furious, so you never know. So we are waiting for that Jurassic Park collaboration. So I'm sure.
Or Transformers. They're putting everybody with Transformers and Godzilla now.
Oh, that's true, right? It's like, hey, they're gonna race for pink slips. Godzilla and Dom Toretto. You're welcome, movie studios. That one's free.
We can't stop them. These ideas just roll.
I'm telling you. And when it does happen, I'll be kicking myself in the face when they do something like that.
I didn't trademark it.
Oh, man. Before we get out of here, of course, also some news this week. Jack Black's next move. He's going to be taking on the video game movie Minecraft. So he will now be voicing a character in Minecraft.
I didn't know. Are there named characters in Minecraft? I thought that was just an online multiplayer thing.
I don't know. That's why when I was looking up, I was like, so who is he playing or what? I don't know to what capacity. But yeah, he'll be having the starring role in the Minecraft movie.
I don't know. I've learned not to naysay them too early.
Yeah.
Because they proved me wrong. Because I didn't think Mario was going to work. I didn't think a lot of those video games. Minecraft. I'm boggled how they're going to do Minecraft.
Yeah, it seems a little weird, but it also kind of goes back to a conversation you and I had last week about voice acting and just Chris Pratt. Obviously, he's going to be Garfield next. Now you got Jack Black.
He doesn't voice act. He just reads lines.
Yeah, I know. Right?
His voice never changes for any character.
But you think about it too. It's like did they maybe say, hey, this is the best way to go about it? Because Jack Black, I mean, and obviously he's going to do great because not only does he have this, he's got another Kung Fu Panda movie that's going to be coming out as well. So there, I mean, it's just like he's lending his voice everywhere that Jack Black's probably thinking, hey, man, I can do this from the comfort of my home and I don't got to leave anywhere and I'm a star.
And if you ever follow him on TikTok, he's pretty active there too. He's always making some videos.
Yeah, and I'm still a little upset that he is not nominated for an Oscar.
They done him dirty.
They really did. I just because for the fact that we could have got a live performance at the award show, him dressed up as Bowser
with Kyle.
Yes. Oh man, but yeah, Jack Black lending his voice out there. He's definitely got some more work ahead of him in 2024.
I don't know what I think about that Minecraft movie.
I don't know. It's weird. It's just especially because it's kind of weird. And, you know, like you said, like when you're like loan your voice, like maybe I'm part of the old school where it's like, okay, you're the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. You're going to stay the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. And then now you're going to be in another video game. And then like now you got Chris Pratt the same way. And it's like, I don't know. It's like you got these characters that it's like, cool, you're going to be a namesake for Mario, Chris Pratt. But then you're going to go be Garfield. Like,
it's money.
I know. And I just want some of it.
What's Bill Murray think about not being called back for Garfield?
You know, I wonder. I'm wondering because, like, at least give him some type of cameo or something.
Yeah, I thought his voice was perfect for the role. I can't see Chris Pratt doing it. It's just going to be Chris Pratt.
It's the dude from Parks and Recreation all over again in cat form.
It's a me, Garfield.
He said, "Oh, dang, wrong movie. I'm so sorry." Guys, if you want to keep up with us, if you want to keep up with Zia Comics, how do they follow you, Troy?
We're all over interwebs. We got Insta, Meta, YouTube, and TikTok.
That's right. Make sure you go and give them a follow. And me, Hot 103's Big Show on Facebook or Meta. Do we say Meta? Facebook? Meta? I don't know.
Old people like us still say Facebook, and the new hip kids are saying Meta.
Meta. Dude, you and I are so vintage. We say the Facebook, okay? So it's the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
We're on the Facebook, and we're on the picture one, the Instagrammy. You can follow us there, Big Show FM, and on TikTok, Joey on the FM. Make sure you give us guys a follow. And yeah, this has been another edition of Zia Comic Weekly, the first one in 2024. We'll see y'all next week.
Later, nerds.